Right. Yeah, it is. It has been a long time since I've posted. I went um radio silent for a while, so it wasn't awesome. Things have not been it's not been great lately. Um, I'm going to I'm gonna say now. This video is gonna talk about some pretty heavy shit. Um, like I'm talking um, just like suicide, self-harm, porn addiction, like that kind of stuff. And then also I wanted to say um, I'm gonna be reading. I have a script here, um, and then I have my second monitor over here. I have my camera, um, but I have well, you know, um, so I have a couple things on here that I'd like to talk about, and then I like every once in a while I'm going to be branching off a little bit um, from what's here and just talking that I just wanted to say because this is the first time I've done a script. Um, so I'm going to start by reading off. This is a post I made to Discord a while back. It was a while back. So this isn't recent. It's gonna talk like it's recent because I'm reading directly from the script. Um, so on Saturday, I made plans to talk about some problems I have with Riella. A couple should do if they want to succeed. She agreed to talk alone on Monday, so I went to school today, and she doesn't say a word to me. Like she seems to be avoiding me. I push it off as just a rough day or something and wait for lunch. At lunch, she spends 10 plus minutes in the bathroom before coming out, not saying a word to me. Her friend Shy was actually the one who said hello. She's really nice, but I go into the cafeteria so um, I can ask if we can talk like she promised. Um, and she is hanging out with her friends. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm fine with her hanging out with her friends. But this was the first time she had done it since we started liking each other. So I was like, "Can we go from across the room?" He was like, "Yeah." And she straight up says no. Like she's just like, "No." Um, so go to the shop at my school, and my sister asks me what's up. Um, a, a like adult sister, and I tell her, and we talk about it for a minute. I saw Penny too. She's really nice. Me and Penny relate because we both have pretty bad depression, and we've both done self-harm and are suicidal. She's had some not great experiences in the past, but you know. Um, but I tell Ness what's up, and she Vanessa says she's avoiding confrontation. I agree because Ness is the smartest person I know with this kind of stuff. Um, she has to go eventually, and then my old friend, who isn't really my friend, asked me what was up. Uh, I told him to. Well, he's my friend now, but at the time he wasn't my friend because he was being a bum. I told him what was going on, and he brought me upstairs into the tech room, and we talked. Um, there's this guy at my school. His name is Calvin. Calvin. Uh, he's not awesome, but he likes to gossip from what I can tell. Um, so I don't know if he said, like, if he told anybody what we were talking about, but he might have. Um, and then Zeph ended up telling me to go ask her um, to talk again, and I did, and she said, first of all, she said that the talk was not important, right? She was like, it's not important. Um, where was I? Yeah, she told me it wasn't important and that we should do it later in our relationship. Talk about problems later in the relationship. So I told her that we can't get to that later if we don't have this conversation. And she was very upset with me. And I said we didn't have to do it today, but we have to do it. And I'm just upset she decided to break plans without telling me. And I never set plans. So, uh, yeah, and then she tells me we should just do it now. And I'm like, okay, let's go. So we went outside and we talked for a bit. I only had a problem with the fact that it sounded like she never wants to talk to me. Um, like that was the only problem I had is she just when we're talking, it just sounded like she never actually um, wanted to be in conversation with me. So I was like, hey, good, you know, try to just sound interested at least if you're going to be talking to your man, you know. Man is a strong word, I guess. And she said she didn't have any problems with me, which, so we get back inside and we go see kind of the friend group that I was in at that time. It was my sister. My she's older than me, but she's the younger of the two sisters. Um, you know, like it's her friend Olivia, Penny, and Riella. Um, and then uh, yeah, so like Riella was like not happy at all during the talk. Like she was just being a not happy at all. Um, and then the moment we are back at with the friend group, and so she was with like before it when she canceled plans, she was with a different friend group um, that she was friends with um, before she was friends with my sister. Um, but then it, my sister is the main friend group. Uh, yeah, but she was like really really happy, which is not wrong, but it feels like nobody really cares. Like she didn't really care. And then they just kind of are doing their own thing, and I'm lagging behind a little bit because I'm upset. Um, and then yeah, nobody really mentions that I'm like by the group, so I just leave. Um, and the only one of them I saw for the rest of the day was Penny. Um, other than Briella. Um, and Penny came to see if I was all right. Um, yeah, we both have depression and respect each other fully. So that was really nice. But I ended up going to math class and sitting in my spot. Um, Riela came in, saw where I was, and left. She went home sick without saying goodbye. When I got out of class, she had sent me a text message saying I talked to her too much, and that's why she never wants to talk to me. It's because I talk to her too much. Um, I'm willing to like be like, oh, I am talking to her, because I am a very chatty person. I like to talk, but usually I would only try to make like one or two conversations max, right? Um, so it sucks that she turned my problem into my problem. But that happened. Um, yeah, and also when she said she didn't say goodbye, that sucked. Um, oh yeah, and also um, she didn't listen to like what I had asked her at all. She kind of just threw it out the window and forgot about it. Uh, and so yeah, that's that whole entry from my uh, set of stream. That's the whole entry from my Discord server that I had sent um, when that was going on. I kind of switched between talking myself and then um, talking like into the past, but that's what it was. And then I'm gonna be reading um, here. I'm gonna be reading um, the things I put into my journal um, when she broke up with me, right? I believe we got together in, I think, January or late, I think it was late December, because we went on a couple dates. I don't know, um, uh, I don't know when that would end, when, like how long we were together. I think it was 6 months. But we broke up late May. I think it was like the 20th of May. Not May, sorry. Check the calendar. I don't have my 10 months of the year down. Oh no, it was May. It was late May. Yeah, I was correct. Um, so uh, listen, um, just bear with me here, uh, because this is directly from my journal, right? Um, I do have I don't know if I've mentioned this in past videos. I haven't really been super open to sharing it openly until recently. Because people, a lot of people were asking, "Hey, why did Rila break up with you?" And it was just, getting annoying. Just being like, it was, she just said we had to grow up, just like we both had to grow up and stuff. It was just getting annoying because of just saying that. So I ended up, if you ask me directly, I will tell you the full story. Like the full story. This is just a kind of a previewed. This was written in the moment, so I was hating myself pretty much, like a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Um, so this here was written in the moment, so I was hating myself. And so Monday, May 18th, 2026, day 33. I almost asked her for nudes. I am a fucking disgusting person. Also, school tomorrow. And in the notable events section, it says, I almost asked the lady for nudes. Finished at 2:47 a.m. Um, that's obviously I do more longer ones, but it was 2 in the morning. Just wanted it's 3:30 right now, by the way, 3:21 at the moment. I was hating myself. I wanted to go to bed. Um, so that's how I was talking to myself. Um, it's a very short one. This one here is a longer one. This explains a little bit more of my day. Uh, Face is really itchy lately. I don't know why. Might be because my hair is rubbing against it. I don't know. Tuesday, May 29th, 2026, day 34. School was amazing. Me and Riela were together during math, and all was well. Sadly, I can't remember what happened after because I am writing this about 2 months after the fact. Once home, I messaged Riella and fought with myself about whether I should tell her what I was going to ask the night prior, because I was planning on asking her to send me pictures of her body, but I messaged her to ask, but I was like, no, I'm not. That's disgusting, right? I was disgusting, and I told her that I was super sorry. And I was debating if, because I'm a very honest person, I don't like keeping things from people. So I was debating on whether I should tell her because I knew that she was gonna break up with me the moment I told her why I had messaged her the night prior at midnight. And she told me um, I don't have to, but I should. And so, I ended up telling her, and she uh, she told she told me we had to break up. Um, and yeah, I spent the rest of my day kind of just sitting at my computer staring. Um, we talked for a little bit afterwards, but before she blocked me, um, I promised her I wouldn't do self-harm, so I didn't. I promised her I wouldn't end my life, so I stayed alive. Um, oh my face. I don't know why my face is so itchy. Um, yeah, and then eventually went to some of my best friends, Odin and Charlie came over, like they had a couple nights in a row. Um, and I fell into Odin's arms and I cried. And I told him what had happened. And I said to Odin, uh, yeah, she broke up with me. And I don't think I've told him why. Um, because I just haven't seen him much. But, um, and then in the notable events section, it says, Mariella broke up with me, and I cried in Odin's arms. And I finished that at 4:16 months later, a.m. Um, so we dated for a long, long time. 6 months, about, I think. And yeah, that's half a year. So our 6 month anniversary um was coming up. It was coming up. I uh, I don't know exactly when I told her I liked her, because I started my journal after I had said to her that I liked her, and posted it on my thing a little bit, like a few days after. Uh, and I was scrolling for 6 hours. I'm not even joking. I was scrolling for 6 hours on Instagram, trying to find it because we talked a lot, but I couldn't find it. And then the search function didn't work because I just didn't. I didn't. I had a screenshot of that being said. I posted it to my community tab, but it just didn't work. And then by like I think it was like a day. I got like a two. I was almost there. I think it was a day away from being at like a day or two away from being at where when it was, so I could have the date. And Opera crashed because um because it ran out of memory because it was loading every single message. I just feel like that's so stupid. Like I can't. Yeah, but she broke up with me late May. For those wondering, um, how my Oma is feeling, um, she's getting a lot better. You know, the chemo has been working. Um, her hair is growing back a little bit, um, so that's good. Um, she sleeps here sometimes, but a lot of the time she's in her own apartment um, again, so that's nice. Um, don't don't expect people to try and comfort me about um, what happened with Riella, um, knowing that I asked her to give me pictures of her body. And I don't ask you to try and um, push me up. I just ask that you don't push me down. You know, uh, you don't have to help me up, but don't kick me. Um, so that hit me pretty hard. Um, and I made some not awesome choices afterwards. Um, I continuously tried to contact her through Instagram. I had an alt account that I had her added on. That is actually my main Instagram now, um, which is funny. Um, but I had an Instagram account that I had her on, and I texted her on that after she had so itchy. I don't know why. But I texted her on that after I had already, you know, promised I wouldn't try and contact her, and that was not awesome. Um, this is off script, by the way. Um, and then I contacted her with, like, I talked to her, um, in real life. I was like, hey, um, like, you don't have to love me, and I don't expect you to, because it was a horrible, horrible thing what I did. Um, but like, could we at least be friends again? Because that was a 4 fucking years. I was friends with her for 4 years. Right, and I was actually talking with my youngest older sister um today um about it, and she threw away because Eva was still friends with Riela after they I broke up with her because like that's why would you not? Like just um Wow. But they were still friends. And Eva had told me that Riella was super bitter about it, right? She was mean almost about it. Um, and she wasn't sad that we broke up. She wasn't at all, right? At least she didn't let it on, right? She was extremely happy. Um, which is quite upsetting because I don't know what I did that would make somebody be so happy to break up with me and leave me in that state. Um, but she was really she was really happy. It sucked because I go to school with her. I have to see her. I will continue to see her until she graduates. Um, I will, it's just how it is. Um, because I was in love with this woman, right? She was an amazing woman, but also she made me hate myself sometimes. Uh, Not directly because everything she said about me was good, but it was more about um, that she never said anything about me. Um, so that was, and then where was I? Yeah, she was really bitter about it, and then I tried contacting her one last time. I wrote a huge paragraph of basically saying, hey, actually, you know what? Let me grab it. I'll read out the paragraph that I sent to her. Gotta go to my main account. I should have, grabbed it before so I could put it in here. I texted her. I said, uh, before you block me, which you should, I just want to say one last goodbye. I love you. You know that. And I can't see myself ever loving again if not loving you. I know I shouldn't message you, but I just wanted to ask if I fix my brain, if I fix the fucking gross piece of shit brain that I have created for myself. And I never thought a thing like that again. Would I get another chance? Was that the only problem with me? I'm not asking for another chance. I know I don't get your love again. But I just want to know if that one slip up ruined the best thing I have ever had. Also, I would like to say I am so fucking sorry for everything. I promise you, I didn't just love you for your body, and I do miss all the little things. Yeah, and then I just go and um list a few things that yeah, I just list a few things that we used to do together. Um, and then I said goodbye. Sorry. Yeah. And then after it said, goodbye, this is my final trying to contact you. It had been, a couple, I think it'd been like a week, um, since or something like that. Um, I was just, I had contacted her think once every day, which was a little bit excessive. But I still did it, and I can't change the things I've done in the past. If I could, I would have never asked her for nudes. But yeah, she sent that to my sister, um, and told her that I had sent it to her, and she was upset that I had said that. She said that she didn't know how she felt about it. Eva, like, fuck, whatever. My sister told me that she told me that um that this is that it had happened. She showed me the conversation, and yeah, that wasn't great. And then afterwards, about 2 or 3 days later, I get a message from one of my best friends. His name is Ethan. He's an amazing guy, and he told me I had to leave Riel alone. On the bus that day, Riella had told him that I would not stop trying to contact her, and that it was getting out of hand. 2 days prior, like I had just explained, I had told her that I would not be contacting her again. Um, the the reason she did this was because, if you don't know, in grade, I think, like 4 to 6, um, I liked this girl. Her name was Akaya. Um, not the greatest person nowadays. I don't like her at all. She bullied one of my best friends to the point where he almost committed suicide, and that sucks because he's my friend. Um, so I liked her at that point, and she liked me. It was established. We liked each other for a few years, and then grade 7, she just cut me off, wouldn't talk to me. Uh, so basically, what I'm trying to say is she blocked me on everything like Riela did, and then would not talk to me. And when I tried to, I think I tried once with Akaya. I was like, I tried to go and walk up to her because it was recess. It's recess. But it was recess. I was like, you know what, I'll go see Akaya because every once in a while we would hang out because we liked each other. We were good friends. So I went up to her and she ran away. She wouldn't talk to me. Uh, and then she told her friend uh, to come and tell me to piss off, just like Riela did, except Riela did it years later. Um, I would think that Riela would be more mature about it. Um, I was trying to be mature. I get that I wasn't being super mature about it. But I was trying super hard to be mature about the whole thing. Um, she did that, um, the same thing that Akaya did, and it was on purpose too because um, I had asked Ethan, because he's one of my best friends, uh, like what was said, and he told me that she told him that I would not leave her alone. that sucked. Um, and that, my friend, is when I cut myself and almost ended my life. I don't have the knife with me. If I did, I would probably show you guys the knife that I used to slice my arm. Vanessa took it away, and I don't know, she's acting like there aren't knives in the house other than that one. Um, but she took it from me, and she wouldn't give it back. Um, she won't give it back. Sorry. Um, Sucks because I really need to cut myself last few days, and I can't get how it sucks. Anyways, yeah, so that's when I cut myself, and I made some art that wasn't awesome, and I said some things I shouldn't have to Riella. Nothing. Yeah, it was completely immature of me. I got ahead of myself. I was angry, you know. Um, I think I get that from my dad. He's a very angry man. Um, actually, CAS had to come to my house for abuse because my dad, he does that. What can you do? Um, and then, yeah, so that's pretty much that whole story. And then I've got more journal things from like lately. Um, this one is from July 1st. Right now it's already the 24th. Oh, damn. So about a month ago, um, I'm gonna read it out now. Um, Wednesday, July 1st, 2026, day one. I had decided to restart my journal because I took a break from it after the breakup, and I just making, I stopped doing all of that. So I was like, you know what? I'll restart, do a new journal, um, starts off like this. I decided I want to restart this whole thing. It's been a minute since the breakup. I've been blaming myself the whole time. I realize now that maybe I wasn't the only problem. She hated talking about her problems. When I confronted about she refused to talk. Made problems I had with her into problems she had with me. Terrible things. According to Penny and Eva, she's been quite immature about it, which is 100% true from what I'm getting on my part. Um, the whole news thing is understandable though. Um, I wouldn't have broken up with them, but I understand why she did it. Personally, I would at least try to help them through it, but what can you do? Say la vie. I've slept a lot since the breakup. I don't know why, but I have. I want to say 2 weeks ago, I met this girl, and I really liked her. So, about 4 or 5 days in to knowing her, I told her that I thought, she talks to her exes still, so I mean, really, there's no problem with me telling her because surely she'd still talk to me even if she doesn't like me, right? No. She told me I shouldn't have told her because she was drunk. I don't know. I didn't know she was drunk. Next day, she left me undelivered and read all day. Um, I asked her the night of why, and she said her mom had taken her phone. Um, and she told her mom she was unadding everyone she didn't know in real life. Yes, she was a digital friend. I could freaking get my hair out of my face. Give me a minute. Not quite as good look, quite as good looking. Um, so, yes, she was a digital friend. I had to think really hard on whether I was up for an online relationship in the first place. I guess I was. She only lived about 600 miles away from me, so I thought once I was old enough, I could drive up to see her and stuff. Anyway, she removed me on everything and continues to leave me on red while complaining on her story that she doesn't have a boyfriend. It is irritating. I'll leave her be for a while and see if anything comes of it. She said she might add me back when she gets ungrounded, so I am counting on that. Still hoping she likes me back eventually. I'm quite clingy. It's not great. Still watching porn? Of course I am. Porn addict. Anyways, I've been making a shitload of art lately. Like a shitload of it. Like a ton. I started posting it to TikTok, not just Insta. Today I got some stupid AI game companion. I did it. Loki, it is hilarious. It's some anime cat girl, and it is so stupid. Like, the only people who buy this are people who are good into it. I'm not. That's why I have it. Because only beginners have it. Like, that's a joke. I don't get into AI. Um, went to church today, first time in a long time. Father John wanted me to come serve, even though I really need to do confessions. I'm probably just gonna send this shit to the clanker because I think it's funny to watch how he responds. Oh, also, I went to therapy the other day for the first time. It was alright. I've been staying up really late past few days, not sleeping. Like, as in I've been playing Minecraft till 9 in the morning. I still hate myself. I'm so tired. I had to do a shitload of work today, yard work. It sucks ass. I had to move mulch from the front yard to the back, in the garden. I wish I could be better. I wish I could know what I'm doing. I wish it didn't feel so much, so sensory. Yet, for a small amount of time, right before Ella broke up with me, couldn't feel anything. Just staring at my screen. Knowing I have more to say, but I can't think of anything. Started looking at photos of me and Rael again, and I fucking hate myself. Why can't I just move on? The relationship was toxic. I was giving and she wasn't. Why can't I just move on? Why can't I just move on? Oh, by the way, I was in a play. I'm an actor. Good at acting and doing voices. By the way, I'm very, very, very distraught about this whole thing. Like, I'm super, super upset. I'm using voices to make it sound like I'm more upset because I don't. Um, I'm sorry. Like I said, there's that time period where I was numb right before she broke up with me. I'm starting to slip back into that. I'm feeling numb again. I haven't caught myself, which is good, but I might start doing that again. Just looking at that instead of this. I was numb and um, I cut myself because I wanted to feel something, and I might slip back into that because you know, starting to feel numb again. And then I finished that at 5:08 a.m. And then I have another 45-minute video. Holy shit. Nobody's gonna watch this, but you know, it's whatever. I'm just talking. Talking to talk, get my story out there, you know. People can know. Don't be like me. Asking me those for nudes was that was the biggest mistake I ever made. Right, you be careful with what you ask. Saturday, July 5th, 2026, day 2. The other day, my dad told me I wasn't allowed to eat because I pulled an all-nighter and slept till 1900 hours. I think that was pretty stupid. I ate. Snuck a bowl of spaghetti. Today, after my daily gooning session, I decided I wanted to look at every photo on my computer. So I did. I looked at the photos of Riella first. I think, you know what? I'm gonna fucking get rid of all of them. Clearing my recycle bin for good. I did it. I'm gonna cry. I need to move on. I love her, but I never want to date her. She destroyed me. And also, I can't hate people, especially not when they've been so close to me. I don't care what she did. I still love her. Not in a romantic way, though. I would never. Um, anyways, yeah, I went through all my photos, and there were a shitload of screenshots from mine and Elmer's conversations. Also, quite a few from mine and Riela's. You know, mm, yeah, she was something, a good something. She was mature. Though, what can I be saying? I'm not mature. More than her yet. More than her yet. I'm not mature. I don't know, fucking know why I said that. Um, it's church in the morning. It's technically Sunday, but uh, I use the day I've just gone through rather than the current date. So if it was, 3:50 on Sunday, I would call it 3:50 in the morning on Sunday. I would call it Saturday from, for convenience sake. Kiss Me is playing right now. This is my favorite song at all. Weird how when I talk about a song I don't love, my favorite song comes on. From Cryptic Coffin. I love it. Just went up and got food and drink and made a middle finger out of Lego. I slept most of today. It was August's birthday party. I missed the whole thing. I was thinking to myself, which is dangerous, and I'm lucky that I didn't go into a suicidal spiral. But yeah, I was thinking, um, I wish I could talk to Riel again, not as a boyfriend girlfriend thing, as friends. It would be painful, yes, but it would also be so much better than just being alone. Almost asking for nudes is gross. I wonder how many people know that I did that. I heard from Penny that she told a fuck ton of people, so it's just beautiful. I wonder how my reputation will stand in grade 10 when we have the most judgmental grade in our school. I don't know. Also, the gossip of what went down with me and Mrs. Lovely over there is gonna be insane, am I right? I'm scared to put down my most disgusting thoughts, even though I know only me and shit GPT will see it. It's odd. I might do it. I might. These are thoughts that are not okay and manipulative and wrong, by the way. I'm realizing that I'm quite good at manipulation, which is not quite a good thing. I'm thinking. There are no thoughts in my head. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Church tomorrow. I can't take communion. I ate after midnight. Good night, loves. I hope the world is as kind to you as it is the most corrupt man on earth. Suicidal thoughts always come once I say I'm going to bed, don't they? How lovely. Fuck my life. Our priest right now is Father John. We used to have Father Gene. Fuck. We used to have Father Dean, and then he retired after like 4 or 5 years into my time at the church. And then we got Father Stavros and Father John. But Father Stavros was being a little bit of a bum. We don't judge him for it, but you know, it's whatever. He got kicked out of clergy and started going to a different church. So now we just got Father John. If you count him, we have. If you count him, we have Serge. He's the deacon. I don't know if he's technically a father. Um, I knew him before the whole deacon thing, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I've been at my church for 6 years on the Sunday of Forgiveness. Notable events. Slept. August's birthday party. Drank a fuck ton pop. Looked at all of the pictures of my computer. Made an egg with cheese. Made a middle finger out of Lego. Deleted the pictures of Briella. Forever this time. Played Minecraft with Ducky. Built a large working train with the Create Mart in Mindshit. And watched most of the Twilight movies. We only have the last two left, and half of Eclipse. I watched that with my sister Eva. Um, but so that is, yeah, that is my that's how everything's been going. I know I had more things to say when when I first was pacing around my room, uh, the living room, trying to think of things to say. Um, I know I had more to say, but I've forgotten it, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep on posting. I don't know what's gonna happen with the channel. I might just leave it here, but never post again until I'm like 20 years old, living in my own house. Yeah, like you, if you made it this far, you know, just show some love. Thank you. Um, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed, even though I might not ever post again. So I will see you again soon.